1, 2. I'm Johnny Massacre and welcome to the cheeky livestream number 99, a place where the brief is quite simply just to be excellent to one another. I am a rapper, music producer, DJ, and I guess I'm a YouTuber and wannabe Twitcher living in Tokyo, Japan. And this is my vlog, so I talk about my life, and that's what I'm gonna do. I might try to entertain you a little bit as well. It is 1:14 in Tokyo on a Monday. Greetings from the future. I'm assuming you're watching me from America or Europe, so you are some 9 hours behind at least. Now allow me a sip of my delicious Turkish non-caffeinated tea. Never used to like tea very much, right? A bit of a stereotype. British people love drinking tea, right? But DJ Simirok, the Guinness World Record holder for oldest DJ in the world, gave me some tea when I went round her house, and I was very impressed with it, and she gave me 5 or 6, and I've been drinking it. It's a good way to just, I don't know, wet the whistle, bruv, get the ball rolling. So basically, yeah, we're gonna talk about my life today, you get me, like in the live stream. Yeah, I see Truly, she proper road, yeah, she's a road girl. Yeah, Truly Sunshine says hi in it. Yeah, I'm like, hi, yeah, trust me fam, like it's all good in Tokyo, you get me. And I don't know exactly when we're going to start going through the videos and pictures that I have amalgamated for your viewing pleasure, but it might happen within the next few seconds. Truly Sunshine likes my blue hair. Thank you, Truly Sunshine. You know what, right? You know what? I noticed recently how now everyone's getting into streaming. Streaming's becoming mainstream. So I was obviously wasn't the first person to start streaming, but I was in there before a lot of people. YouTube as well, I was kind of in there a little bit before it went mainstream. But now everyone's doing it, and I've met people who tell me they're not gamers when I ask them if they're gamers, and then I look at their Instagram and it says a gamer. So they say they're a gamer just because they want to get famous. That's real narcissism, right? Just want to be famous. So it's interesting how mainstream it's becoming now. And yeah, I've seen people saying I've seen political commentators, and then they say, join me, let's hang on my gaming stream. And you just know they're doing it because they've looked at what everyone else has been doing and they want to get some views and stuff. But I'll tell you what, whenever I do a gaming stream, that's real as shit. I've been playing video games since I was 2 years old. My dad was producing video games. We had a ZX Spectrum. See, no one even knows what that shit is. ZX Spectrum was a British console. Did you know there's a British games console? And the games loaded on cassette tapes, which were mental. And I've been playing since I was 2. So don't anyone ever dare accuse me of being fake when I play video games, because that's what I fucking like to do. Starting off with an aggressive strategy on the 99th cheeky live stream, pointed out by Truly Sunshine in the comments, saying 99 cheeky live streams, almost 100. What are we going to do for the 100th show? Should we do a porno? We might get banned for that. So, well, okay, let's go through what the hell's been going on in the last 2 or 3 weeks. Last week, we didn't do a podcast at all, let alone a cheeky live stream, until Friday. And then I knocked out 3 quite quickly. That's what she said. And that's because I've been kind of busy and stuff. So let's go through what I've been up to. So first things first, I don't think we're going to do another 24-hour live stream before the end of the year, because that last one destroyed me. It destroyed me. I like to push the boundaries of what's possible. I started doing 24-hour live streams in order to further monetize this channel. I thought it would be a good way in order to get some donations so I can keep making these videos to entertain you at the expense of an office job, which I will never do. You'll find me under a bridge before I do that. So the first 24-hour live stream we did was very successful. We made like nearly $2,000 and all kinds of donations, but then the donations started drying up a bit and the cost-benefit ratio kind of flipped on its head. So in the end, doing 24 hours live stream, it's just not worth it. But the benevolent Gary Sanders, aka Spaceman, in the comments, he's donated nearly $1,000 or more, sometimes up to $2,000 in a month, usually when I do the cheeky live stream. So the last one we did, it was the lowest donations we ever received. It was something like $100, And I spent that on food and video games for the stream anyway, so we actually lost money. But Spaceman, the benevolent Spaceman, kept it going with an $1,000 donation. So it certainly is worth it. But yeah, that's how much I want it. That's how much I want to do this as a streamer. And I'm pushing the limits of what's possible. And after 5, I think we did 5. We did 5 24-hour live streams in about 6 months. And the last one we did, ironically, it was the easiest one I ever did. It was the easiest one I ever did. It was so smooth like butter. And the day afterwards was cool, but the day after that, I felt so burnt out. And I'm still feeling a bit burnt out. And I've just been sleeping a lot to try to kind of get back to normal. And yeah, I've been feeling rough for about the last 3 weeks after that. So we're not going to do any more of those for the time being. But we will be doing 12-hour streams, because 12 hours is nothing really. I used to play video games for 12 hours all the time back in the day. So I'm going to do a 12-hour stream, and we'll probably do it next weekend. If I just take a cheeky look at my cheeky calendar, we can make a cheeky decision about that. So let's see, Friday the 11th, I don't have anything in my schedule. So we're probably, no, I'm going to be hanging out with Massacre. You will know her if you're a regular on this show. If you don't, she's an amazing girl in Tokyo. Saturday's not looking good. Sunday, so we'll do it on Sunday. I think. Sunday the 13th. Or if we don't do it on Sunday, we will switch it up to maybe 18th, 19th Saturday. And we'll have some fun then. So I'm kind of planning it, thinking about the next long live stream we do. And I just want to play this damn hunting game called Way of the Hunter, I think. That was so much fun. Shooting weird wildlife in America. I really enjoyed that. So I want to play more of that game. I quite want to play it now, actually, but I need to kind of catch up with you and show you what I've been up to. So let's have a look at what is going on, shall we? Okay, so I'll bring you on over to my screen and I'll kind of take you through what I've been up to. So it all started about 3 weeks ago in the build up to Halloween. Probably 2 weeks ago on a Tuesday, I did a live show with Massacre, and we're performing some songs that I've produced, one of which has a really good Halloween kind of flavor. And so we did it in this place called Deca Bar. Now, Deca Bar has some really crazy, this is the kind of weird vibe of Deca Bar. It's, I mean, how to even describe that? Chaotic, colorful, sleazy, creepy, but curious. And this is Deca Bar, so this is when the night began, and you can see from what the girl's wearing with the bare ass, the kind of vibe of this place. There's a zombie head here, and the owner, who's mental, called Adrian, he'll put it there to kind of just piss people off, and it was in this guy's face, and he tried to, Japanese people are quite short, vertically challenged, and he tried to get rid of it and hook it over some ventilation piping up here, but he couldn't, and then it just came down. And then when the owner saw him doing that, he just kept pulling it back like a giant pendulum, unleashing it into this guy's head. So this is the kind of bar where I was performing. Up here is the DJ booth, and then out of shot is the stage where we kind of so that's Emma. She's very sweet and pure. And this is just so weird. Oh, it's Massacre. Okay, so there she is. So it was her birthday. And I completely forgot it was her birthday because I was working so hard of producing the music that we perform over. So that's kind of my birthday present for Massacre. But that was naughty to forget. So when I remembered it was her birthday, I chipped in like $50 to some champagne, and this girl at the bar paid like $100, so we got a moe, and everyone got a glass, and so she was so happy, right? Look at that smile, right? That's a real happy smile. So I was really pleased that Massacre, I was really pleased that Massacre could kind of feel good on her birthday, and you can see her there, wicked mate with the champers and stuff. So this is kind of before it began. And okay, so I wish I could tell you about the people at this bar, but I just can't. Like I really want to tell you like what the fuck happened on this night, but I can't. And this is a fucked up thing: is that the deeper you penetrate the music industry, the harder it gets to talk about shit, because I mean, it's unprofessional. I don't want to do a Kanye West and show you private conversations of people in the music industry, but I really want to tell you what was going on in this bar, because it was so messed up. I could tell you mad stuff about these three people. So this is the owner, Adrian. This is his friend, Cedric. And this girl, I never remember her name, but she's always here. And so this is Mimi at the bar. Man. Yeah, but I can't. It's unprofessional. So I won't. But remind me to try to explain a little bit. Oh, man. I could tell you so much crazy stuff about this event. Just from this picture as well. I could tell you so much crazy stuff. So let's watch this video. So that's Mimi. She's the bar manager now. And we're doing like a flip-flop back-to-back kind of thing. So I could tell you so much. So this girl here, very cute. I could tell you stuff, but I'm not. And then her friend, I could tell you stuff, but I won't. But it's... oh, man. Yeah. Anyways. So we performed at this event. And it was fun. And there'll be more pictures of that coming later. They're in a weird order. So this is cute. It's me proposing to Massacre, look. So that's quite a nice photo. Look how tiny Massacre is, right? She's, even when I'm down on one knee, I'm nearly taller than her. So this part of the lyric, I wrote the lyrics to this for Massacre, and it's really hard for her because she doesn't speak English. And I told her what the lyrics mean, and this is how me and Massacre kind of became close, because the lyrics I make are kind of edgy, and I wanted to make sure it was still respectful and suitable for her. And the lyrics go like this: I'm a samurai bitch. And she goes, samurai bitch? And she could understand what that is, right? Samurai bitchy. Watashi wa samurai bitchy desu. I mean, I'm a samurai bitch. And when she realized what it meant, her eyes lit up, and she was like, yes, I want that. So it's, I'm a samurai bitch. I love to smoke trees. That cherry blossom high put a gaijin on his knees. So, of course, I got the kind of the imagery. I'm trying to craft some kind of imagery. I love to smoke trees. I could have said weed. I could have said anything, bruv, right? But I love to smoke trees. That cherry blossom high, because I know in America it's legal and stuff, and you have all kinds of flavors, right? Blueberry and like kush. I got the kush. Do you know what? When people say kush, it really makes me cringe. I got that kush. People love saying that. Anyways, you got all the flavors. So I thought the cherry blossom, right? The cherry blossom. I'm a samurai bitch. I love to smoke trees. That cherry blossom high put a gaijin on his knees. And so the cherry blossom high is also a metaphor for like fucking a Japanese girl and the high you get when you nut. And it puts a foreigner on his knees. Gaijin means foreigner. So that's the line. It's like, I'm a samurai bitch. I love to smoke trees. That cherry blossom high put a gaijin on his knees. What with me being quite performative and my grandmother having been a famous actress, I will certainly perform for the crowd. So that's kind of what's going on there. And I love that. I love that image. And Massacre's great. Like she'll she's a performer as well. She got it. Super cute. So that's really fun. And okay, so this is the kind of random people you can meet in this bar. For all of its sins, I forget her name, but look, the funny thing is she wants my eyes. And she's wearing contacts. And I guess it makes you feel blessed being born with colored eyes, because no Japanese have it. But you can meet cool, interesting people like this. Okay, we'll get to that. So this is from a different event. This is from Warp. On the same evening, I DJ'd here. And the setup here is proper. Warp is a legit club in the heart of Kabukicho, the highest... Kabukicho is the place with the highest concentration of Yakuza. So I went from there to Warp. And I like to say, that event, I was drinking these... I think it's called a grasshopper in American English. A grasshopper. It's a cocktail. It's just mint, and it's really sweet. It's for buzz, basically. It's mint with probably Baileys and shit, some milky cocktail, some like chocolate and shit sprinkled on top. It's fucking, I can't like, I wish I could drink cocktails on a regular basis when I do drink, because the sugar rush as well you get is so intense. And that was so good for the live. I had a few of those. DJ Sumirok came down, as I said, Guinness World Record holder, oldest DJ in the world. She came down just for my show. I was moved. And she bought me one as well. So I had 3 or 4 days before the performance, went really well. Sumirok left after that, and she said the most beautiful thing, right? She said the most beautiful thing about me and Matcharin. She goes, and her English is really good. She said, you and Matcharin, it's like Matcharin is like, it's like a rose. She goes, Matcharin is the beautiful petals, and you're the thorns. You're like the spikiness that comes out of it. And I'm reading a book at the moment that talks exactly about this stuff, about how suffering is integral to being, human existence. And of course, on the flip side, you have joy and pleasure and all those things. And that's one of the reasons, I guess, why Rose is so relatable in a way, or such a good metaphor for life, and it's so compelling, but you don't know why. Because in that one flower, it's a metaphor for life. You know, you've got the thorny spikes, which is the low times and the trials and tribulations and the chaos, and you've got the order of the flowers and the beauty. And she said that's what me and Matcharin was like. I thought that was fucking wicked. So maybe me and Matcharin need to make some kind of band name or something. I don't know. One band name I thought would be amazing is Force Lightning. Don't you think that's good? Isn't it? Is it? Maybe it's a bit nerdy, but I think Force Lightning, no one's called that. There's no DJ Force Lightning. There's no group called Force Lightning. And I just thought that would be wicked. Hello, Mr. Von Merbach in the comments. Again, thank you very much for your generous donation recently. $100. He says you deserve more. That means a hell of a lot, Gary. Gary's, he's got it right. He's out there fishing amid nature, doing it right. So real honor to have you on this show. Mark Hatfield here says hi. How be it going, sunshine? We've got 10 people. More than enough, more than enough. We're also live on Twitch at the moment. So I'm thinking maybe me and Matcharin should have a band name. What should our band name be? Okay, so we're going to keep going through this. So this is at Warp. This is, oh, mate, that's me as a kid. We'll get there. We'll get there. So this is at Warp. So I went down the road and then did a techno set there. And there I met a bunch of people, met a bunch of birds, interesting people. I met this one bird. I fancied the fucking pants off her. Oh my God. And the thing is, for me, it's not about the face. Like Japanese women are very lucky because you don't actually have to have a beautiful face for me to be attracted to you. You've just got to look super Japanese, and you've got to wear a lot of accessories and look just like you really come from Japan. And I met a girl there. I absolutely fancied the pants of her. I sent her a few messages, and she didn't really reply. But then she posted something about otters, right? She's got these otter socks, and she posted that on Instagram, and I snuck back into the DMs using the otter as an excuse. And I said, "Is that an otter?" Of course I know it's a fucking otter. Actually, I wasn't sure. It's on her socks. She said, yes. And I said, it's my dream to hold an otter just once. And she said, yeah, otters are so cute. And she said she got the socks from an otter cafe. And then I said, the socks won't fit on my big foot. And we're kind of chatting and sharing stuff. So I'm trying to sneak back in there. Anyways, I met her, met some other chicks. And then the guy who got me the set at Warp, he's really fond of me. And he's introducing me to all the top DJs. And I'm going to MC for him in about a couple of weeks. And he said, yeah, why don't you MC for these other top DJs and stuff? So yeah, it's good to make connections and stuff. And this is one of the girls who's DJing there. And some of the people from my mate's DJ school who are playing at this event, and he hosted this room, and that's one of the people. So you can see from the image, she's not your typical like showy offy DJ, and this is the DJ I like the most. This is the DJ I like the most. As soon as I went in the DJ booth, she was kind of interested in me, and that's not why I liked her, because she's interested in me. But usually DJs, they don't give a fuck about you. Don't even look at me, motherfucker. You get a lot of that kind of vibe. There's a lot of competitive aspect to it, but she was very warm and friendly. That's what I'm all about. She was really accommodating, so I love her, and I sent her that a little bit later. I should give her a shout out. You should follow her on Insta, right? We should, because this is what these people do who go to this DJ school. They want to become famous and whatnot. So I really should shout her out, but I don't think. Oh man, I don't think I can find her. There are some babes. Okay, so this was at Warp. Sorry, I can't find her, but I was very fond of her, and this is the thing, right? Playing I played really late. It's not that many people there. I just this is really stupid. DJs, if you're thinking about becoming a DJ, don't do this. But if there's not that, well, when I DJ now, because I can, you have the booth monitor and you have the master volume for the club, and I'll just crank the booth monitor to max, so I'm having a little private rave in this tiny box, and it's super fucking loud, and you can't hear anything. You can't hear the mix, you can't hear what you're doing, but it just feels so good. That's what I like to do, is go in the DJ booth, turn the booth monitor up as far as it could go, just so I selfishly can destroy myself with bass. So that's what I was doing in this little room. Now, okay, now fucking hell. Now this girl. Now, if you watch this show regularly, you will know this is my type, is a gyaru, Japanese gyaru. Gyaru, to explain once again, is a Japanese girl who's essentially trying to look like a famous black female hip-hop artist. They're trying to copy Nicki Minaj a bit. You can see from the dresses, you can see from the nails. This definitely comes from black culture in America, the kind of long, ultra ornate nails and stuff. And they try to copy it, but there's some elements they copy from white chicks as well. And when they attempt to copy it, of course, it's not a perfect copy, and they make something kind of new. It's this imperfect copy that creates its own genre, and it's called gyaru. Gyaru is how you pronounce gal in Japanese. There's no such thing as ga. It's only gya. So gyaru. So that's what it creates. So this is my type. It's kind of Macharin's world. We'll get to this in a minute. But yeah, we'll get to this in a minute. So this is a random picture of me at 6 years old. My mum made a Hulk cake. I used to love the cakes she made. So that was hype, mate. The cake in itself was a world. It was a fertile piece of land which I could implant with my creative seeds from my mind. I used to love these cakes. They were little self-contained worlds in and of themselves. Look, I got the stripy pirate top. Look on the fridge, right? You can see why I'm good with words. My parents put the fucking magnets on the fridge, right? I had all the magnets, different colors, right? That's what you want for kids and stuff. Okay, so this is me aged 15 years old. I got to the final of a DJ competition called Movements. Movement was one of the biggest drum and bass events. And you can see, like, as a kid, I always was a bit different. Like, for drum and bass, nobody really dressed like this. So it was hard to fit in. Like, some people wouldn't accept me. And I used to get, like, people used to try to, you know, fight with me and stuff in raves because I looked different. But that's kind of what I wanted to wear. And these headphones at the time, this is the start of the chunky headphones. These are by Sony. That's the first time this kind of real DJ orientated, we say orientated, not oriented in British English, orientated headphones came out. So that was a DJ competition. Look, proper London, mate. Look, there's a fucking coat. There's a coat stand in the background. Everyone's got their nightcaps on and shit. Going into the belly of the beast at 15 years old. Vinyl only. That's how it was done. That's the real DJ shit. That was my mate Nicky back in the day. We were all taking copious amounts. She wasn't, of course. MC, really great to have an MC there. Look at my arms, right? No fucking training back then. But this is a mad thing, right? I had style all the way through my life from 14. Like, still, you could fuck with that today and it wouldn't look out of place. I always knew, I have a sense of, even in the future, is this going to look good? So that was fun. Look how skinny I was. I was taking a lot of ecstasy at this time in my life, the drug known as ecstasy. So when you take a lot, you don't want to eat. So that's one of the reasons I'm so thin. Look, all the beer, alcohol bottles there. I fucking remember this competition. I didn't win it. I was really fucking gutted. And I remember my mate, one of my best mates, when I was going to drop the sickest mix, he started jumping up and down on the stage and the needle jumped. Motherfucker. But I can't blame him. So that was fun. That was fun from back in the day. So random photos. Look. Way back in the day. That's my mate Sam. He was always there. I don't know who this is. That's Nicky again. That's my mate Andre. He's the one who jumped on the stage. Now this motherfucker, when I met this guy, we just hit it off immediately. He's one of those guys you used to see everywhere. He's from Romania. Me and him, ultimate combo. We used to fucking tear it up later in life. Okay, so these are just random photos. So this is Macharin. So after the set we did on Tuesday, that following Sunday, there was a gyaru event, right? Gyaru is as you know, is my type. I love him. The irony is, like, in collaborating with this gyaru, I kind of became super close friends with her, and it's all about the vibe. So that's the irony, is then when you go into the world, me being who I am, I'm all about music and stuff. So often it ends up becoming some professional thing if people have that kind of talent. So Macharin is doing a radio show before a Gyaru event. It's literally a Gyaru event. It's where all the Gyaru are accumulated in one spot. And she asked me if I want to perform with her because I make all the music. And I said, look, I'll perform so long as it helps your career. I don't want to, your brand is important, and we obviously look wonderful for Japanese people. This has never been done before. When have you ever seen a punk and a Gyaru making drum and bass with rap over it? It's the whole project is super fun because it's unique and it's from the heart, and we're just doing it from feeling, and it's purely original. We're like creative explorers. But Gyaru is a very, very unique subculture, and so I only want to perform if it will enhance your image and is right for your brand. Don't invite me to play if it's not gonna be right for the brand, because it's if you have a concert for classical music, you don't play punk music there. Do you know what I mean? And there's a certain kind of crowd, and you have to be smart when it comes to that kind of stuff. She said, no, let's do it. So she was doing a radio show there, and so this is coming up to Sunday. I dress as Marty McFly. I got the whole fucking thing going on there. And as you can see there, and this was the event where they had the Gyaru event. So me and Match are in, right here is a stage, so we perform there, and the DJ booth is behind, so that's just kind of warming up. It actually got mad cold, so Match's got my board there, as you can see, and this is the event. I think this is the people who sponsored the event. It's called Laulo. It's a magazine, and they get sponsors for the magazine if they host an event, which is also paid for by the sponsors. So they get a group of sponsors of people, for example, who sell clothes for this demographic, Gyaru, or kind of girls who dress like that. And they give money to a magazine to hold an event with their target audience, the leaders of their target audience, who will encourage other girls to buy the clothes that they wear. So that's kind of how it works. And then on top of that, all the Gyaru is managed by a talent agency. In this case, it's called Black Diamond. So that's kind of how the dynamics of how it works. And there's kind of loads of chicks everywhere. This one at the back is Halloween, so she was dressed as Venom. That was awesome. That was cool. So Matrin loves a drink, so I'm always just giving her a drink. I just want to take care of her, right? I want Matrin to feel comfortable and just and happy. They do like a drink. You can see her name tag, Matrin, very cute. And they have this thing, so these girls, these Gyaru, but there's other girls like this, not Gyaru, but they have these kind of underground pop things. This is the real underground culture in Japan. It's a super niche market, and they have these hardcore fans and followers, and they sell their merchandise at events, which is just, they could pretty much sell their underwear at the events. They'll get a piece of paper and graffiti on it and a few t-shirts and stuff, and fans can pay what they want. And Matrin had a stall for all of that kind of stuff. So that was fun. And okay, so this is Lula. She Lula? Is it Lula? Yeah, this is Lula. She works at Deca Bar. Now you might notice this. So this gives you a hint about what I'm talking about earlier that happens at Deca Bar. That's just a hint. She gave you the hint, not me. So she's wearing that. She wasn't performing. She had the same color as my hoverboard. So Matcha in here is really tanned because she is dressing as the OG Gyaru. Now, when Gyaru first came through in the 90s and early 2000s, they were super tanned. And there was a sub-cult genre of Gyaru, which is already a sub-genre of fashion, called Ganguro. And Ganguro is like a human panda. They'll tan themselves so dark, but they'll put white sun cream here, so they have white panda eyes. And Matchurin is touching on the Ganguro sub-genre of the sub-genre known as Gyaru. I do love Japanese fashion. What is going on here? It's comic book style, classic comic book style. So that's fun. Got the hoverboard there. This is my mate Steve, and we're going to Matchurin's little stall. Look, she's got a tail. Everything's about kawaii in Japan. Okay, so this girl. Now, this girl, as you know, Gyaru is my type, and these girls, it's such a tough nut to crack. Oh my God, is it difficult. So this one, I started talking to her, and it was going well, bruv. And I tell you why, and I forgot about this. So we're talking, she goes, do you want some of this? Like, takes the lolly out of her mouth, and like goes like this. I said, okay. So I received it. So we're already exchanging saliva. Now that's quite, if you were to look at the animalistic primal mating behavior of the human species, at that point when she offered me her lollipop, you'd be saying to the class, now this is an example where of two human beings coming together who are attracted to each other. There's some kind of voluntary exchange going on, and she's offering the man something in exchange for something. So I got the lolly, right? I got the fucking lolly, bruv. I got the lolly. I was well happy about that. At that point, I was a bit drunk though, so I wasn't really working out what's going on. And this is this girl. But basically nothing happened after that. So I'm a bit gutted. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. Anyway, so moving on from that. Then this shit happened. So this is some Gyaru stuff. Gyaru. This is typical Gyaru behavior in the wild. So, yeah, this is like Queen Gyaru cosplay going on right there. So that was interesting. And then that you can see the Gyaru nails. I love these nails, man. Look, this is a sign of the species known as the Gyaru. They have these crazy long nails. Now, this is a cosplay, though, of a very famous Japanese character. I can't remember who it is, but loads of them are dressed up like this. We should probably kind of look and see what this is, because it's kind of an interesting character. I think 80s anime girl, got green hair. Already comes up first thing. So this is super, super well known. Okay, let's have a look at this. So they're cosplaying this girl. Everyone knows her, and I love this character. It's really good. Like, I don't read anime. It's too. Oh, fuck off. It's too weeboo, but it looks awesome. I love the way it looks. I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. So let's. Oh, here she is. Look. Look, this girl. This is who they're cosplaying. 1980s anime. Okay. Oh, here it is. It's Urusei Yatsura is the story of an alien girl, Lum, who comes to Earth and falls in love with a boy. The boy's name is Ataru, and he's honestly treading such a thin line with life. Why? Lum has the power of electricity and is incredibly jealous. That's funny. So it's an alien girl who falls in love with a human, but she can zap him if she if she gets jealous. Ataru has the wandering eyes of an anime old man sensei. So you can see where they'd never do this in the West right now, but let's not get political. So you can see where a lot of the conflicts and comedy comes from. It's an episodic series, and I wouldn't really recommend binging it all at once, but rather putting it on here and there just to see whether Ataru is still alive. So Urusei means you're loud. So she's kind of loud. So Urusei Yatsura. This is the girl that so many people were cosplaying. Yeah, look. Kind of sexy, all the stuff they'd never do in a Western anime because it's been I'm not going to get political, but this is what makes it's cool. But look at the eyes, look at the color. I love the green. I love the way this looks. So this is what most people were cosplaying. Super cool. Urusei Yatsura. Yeah, I love that. Look, this is my thing when it comes to the colors. I like colors. Looks super cool, super great character. Love it. Look at that. Really awesome design. Love it, love it. So that's what a lot of the girls were cosplaying as, Urusei Yatsura. And yeah, let's go back to it. Yes, you can see here. That's what she's dressed as. Let's go. What else is going on here? So this is when we're leaving. Oh man, this guy is so fucking fine. This is Akarin with the hoverboard. So it's good to have a prop when you go out, lads. And I'm not sure who this is in the back, but this is definitely Gyaru. And you can see the tattoo there, learning about Gyaru culture. Again, the Gyaru hot pink nails is look, same color as the hoverboard. Now you know why I like Gyaru, right? It's there's some kind of pattern here, some pattern emerging. Got a lot of accessories. Akarin. She buffed my nails once. More Gyaru. This is kind of interesting going on here. We know what her strong point is, and kind of this is not Japanese. This is like a Chinese kind of gown. And I bought the Japanese flag. I got that from DJ Sumirok. Really happy about that. So that was fun. So you're getting progressively drunker as it goes along. And this is from the Insta story later. Now, these are the kind of... This is like the opposite of a gal, right? This is the opposite of a gal. These are the kind of guys who hang out with gal. So I took a picture of this to show you the kind of dudes that hang out with gal. And showing my middle class roots here, this is kind of what you would call a chav in British English. It's weird how across countries you can have chavs in different countries. I don't know what you call it in Japan, but it's kind of chavvy. It's basically working class from the countryside. Not countryside, but super, super, super rural. And no disrespect, from these people, you get awesome culture. So basically, drum and bass, my favorite music, came from this type of person. And this is the type of person that hangs out with Gyaru. So if you want to get in with Gyaru, you have to get in with these guys or look like that, and you got to drink a shitload of Red Bull. Some more pictures of the event. So all the Gyaru was in one area, in one spot, and I was very happy to perform there. I did that. Says, what's up, Johnny Slamdog, checking in off topic. But you know Kyrie Irving's and Ozzy too. I didn't know, mate. I didn't know. Gren Paltican in the comments says the Roy Batty trench coat sold for £150,000. Woo! Talking about the Blade Runner coat that was sold in a recent auction, which we talked about recently on a podcast. So then on Monday, the next day, I was super busy. I was to play in Cellar V. Cellar V is the most popular bar / club in everyone goes there basically to pick up girls and stuff. It doesn't have the music policy I usually want, but I could play whatever I want pretty much within reason. So it started like this. So I was DJing with Sean. Now Sean makes the best party in Tokyo. It's a 90s, noughties, 2000s party, and it's just, I love him. He's a genius. So I got the Back to the Future, but went a little more punk. Now, I didn't get any videos of my set, but I'm all about supporting. And this is Sean later on. Now, Sean went mad commercial, and this is kind of interesting for me. He went so commercial, and he smashed it up. And Tokyo wants commercial stuff. This is what I noticed. People want happy music. They want happy stuff. But of course, there's people out there who don't understand DJing. And if you like that stuff, then that's great. Then you can play what you like, and the crowd are super going to love it. A lot of DJs, there's a line that they draw, and they're not going to cross it. For example, would I play death metal? No. Would I play classical music? No. And would I play some of the stuff that Sean plays? No. But the crowd love it, and Sean loves it. So that's fucking awesome. And I guess as a partnership, we kind of work because I come from a different era. Sean's, I don't know how old he is, like 23. I'm 39. Like my era was much more about, if you look at the way now people divide each other into tribes and say, I like this, so fuck you if you don't like it. That's what it was like for me with music. Even with other underground genres, I like drum and bass. If you like garage, like fuck you. It was a rivalry. So I bring some of that antagonistic, raw kind of underground side, and Sean does more of the pop side. Sean does play some underground stuff as well. And I wasn't sure how commercial you could take it and still smash it. And Sean basically showed me here. So this was kind of awesome. It's if I'm not willing to play that kind of music, but the guy who I play with, who understands music well and is a sick DJ, is willing to play it, together, we can smash it. And what I've noticed now is some of the music today is, well, everything's so mainstream. There's no such thing as underground anymore because everyone has a smartphone and it goes viral like that. That music's almost becoming a parody of itself. And some of those older tracks could kind of really, really commercial ones can kind of work in a way it's almost a self-parody. Do you know what I'm saying? You play it and there's a kind of irony to playing these old songs where it's actually not as cheesy as people would have thought it was back then, and it actually can become cool in a kitsch sort of way. That's what I'm kind of noticing. I don't know where music is going, but that's how I see it in the Tokyo scene. So Sean is just having people go nuts. Look. Black Eyed Peas.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Look. Sean is tearing it up. Sean is smashing it. I love Sean. Yeah, Black Eyed Peas. And do you know Black Eyed Peas, the song My Humps, that was the song that inspired Ultrasound. Like the lyrics for Ultrasound was basically inspired by, you know, my humps, da, na, 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 bing. You have that kind of wind chime. That's why that's in Ultrasound. The bing is because of Black Eyed Peas. So the first CD I ever bought was Spice Girls. So I have a weird affinity to pop, but I won't play it, but I'll put some of the influence in my songs. It's more of a Cella V. Look, Sean's giving them what they want. In Japan, they like happy music. And it's kind of a problem for me when I play solo because I won't play happy music just because people like it. I mean, if you just do it because people like it and you're not into it, then for me that's kind of against the spirit of DJing that I'm familiar with, that I grew up with. Then what should I play? Just anything that people want me to play? Of course those DJs exist, but London's more about you got to be true to what's in your heart. So Japan like happy music. So this is a kind of quandary for me. If I play with Sean and the audience demands it, then it's super easy for me. But if I play solo, I want people to go mad, and I know they'll go more mad if I play a kind of happy song or something, but that's not what I'm about, right? So what to do in that situation? This is some of the weird problems you get as a DJ in Japan or as a performer in Japan. Japan is, I'd say, more into mainstream music than other countries because there's very little underground culture here. Sean smashing it up. Looks great, like the optics are great. The really fucking amazing bass. Again, I cranked up the DJ booth monitor just to bathe in the bass. Look, Sean's got the ladies on his side, look. These two girls, look. He's got them. Sean has got them. Sean has got them. Look, everyone's super happy. I love Sean. It's me and Sean. Sean was playing some reggaeton. I love this picture. It looks awesome. So that was Monday. Okay, that's my headphone. And let's keep going. Some random shots of me DJing. Okay, so this is the girl again, Gyaru, lollipop girl. Don't judge me. This is what I'm attracted to. Ah, the lollipop, mate. I'll see her again. Okay, so then I've been super busy. I haven't MC'd over drum and bass before, live or techno, so I did a few rehearsals with my mate because I'm gonna MC on the 22nd Tuesday. Bingo players are playing at this event. I've never heard of them, but they're huge. They got, I don't know, 300,000 followers on Instagram. They'll be coming down. So I took the rap that I did off a song with Massacre. You see how you can kind of recycle stuff, and I'm going to do it over the one drum and bass song that my friends are going to play at this event on Tuesday the 22nd.
Bring it.
It's James Bond.
Where my Bond girls at?
Where my Bond girls at? I did like that.
Octagon, are you ready? You knew from the start, I thought about going steady. What's that? It's Dynamite Heady. That 16-bit shit back on the telly. That's it, oh Lord of mercy. Say go, bring the thunder and lightning down and then let's go cause I'm the king. Where's my Q-U-W-N? In this goddamn ring, the king and queen pin. Gotta be mean, stabbing with your hairpin. That James Bond shit on the whim. Kick these fucking haters in the bin. Crumple them up, thunder and lightning to the gut. Feet in the cut on this freestyle shit. If no the buts, walk, join the dots. Johnny Massacre and say go. Blowing up the whole Octagon squad.
Okay, so I think it works really well. And the cool thing about him, my mate Sega, who's also a promoter who gets a lot of these opportunities, he's even booked people at Ultra, so there might be some interesting things coming here. The music he plays, I like. I wouldn't play it myself, but I like it, and that's important. So there's that for a start. And he wants me to be as punk and aggro as possible. So a lot of people in Japan tone it down. He says no. He wants it to be Prodigy levels of chaos. So that's awesome. I could just be myself on the stage. So I'm looking forward to that. That should be really fun. And I can't wait for that. That should be a laugh. So yeah, I did that. Says, love that you use the term MC still. Hip hop died a sad death. Such trash today. I mean, hip hop is 100% dead. It's 100% dead. So I saw, because the reason why is because it's become so easy to produce that people using their mum's computer in their mum's bedroom can download the software. And hip hop it wasn't considered music when it first came out. It wasn't even considered music. It was considered a movement or a lifestyle. And because it's a lifestyle thing, it becomes popular because of that. Like the youth movement will just be enveloped in it, and people gravitate towards it regardless of the real quality of the music. And there's some good music there, but there's very little musical talent. There's no music theory in it at all. That doesn't mean it can't be good, but it's you could tell that it's lacking. And it uses the same drum kit in every single song. It uses an 808 kit. The 808 kit was tired 20 years ago, before that subgenre of hip hop was even invented. Now they use the 808 kick drum as the bass line and the kick drum, and they use auto-tune. And Jay-Z made a song saying auto-tune is dead like 20 years ago, and they still use it now, and it's like, well, it's kind of mumbling. But it doesn't matter, because it's a youth movement. People connect to it and they feel part of a community. But I see the kind of most middle class, like poshest Asian people and like white girls out here going doo-dee-doo, like singing all the hip hop songs. It's so dead. And it sounded like that for the last fucking 10 years. I remember when drum and bass, it got to that stage way back in the day, and it starts getting commercial. But back then we could pull it back underground because it didn't have the virality, and there was such thing as an underground. But now we've entered a phase where there's no such thing as underground. All of the coolest stuff ever came out of the underground. All of the coolest music in the history of time. And we don't have that anymore. So now you've got this endless, this mainstream juggernaut that just keeps on rolling and picking up speed and getting bigger and bigger as it goes down the hill. We are entering mainstream times. Imagine growing up and there is no underground, and you've just been conditioned to do this all your life, and you're constantly getting all this viral mainstream shit that's been normal since birth, and it can't not happen because you've been addicted since birth, and it's all delivered through the filter of control and getting you compliant and stuff. What that does to music is kind of what you're seeing with hip hop now. So it's a shame. But yeah, 808 beats. I was bored of the 808 beat a long time ago. So I think hip hop is dead. I think it is very dead. At least, I mean, we're getting to a phase now. It's the same with DJing. It's all automatic. So you just press the button and you go da 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 da. The amount of DJs I met I met them that night and they didn't know how to DJ, and I taught them in 5 minutes. You press this button. Once we go to that level, once that permeates musicianship, it's going to happen all across the board. So every genre is going to die. Can you imagine the point where anyone can play a guitar, when AI is just going to play a guitar? That's what makes anything interesting, is looking at the elite perform. That's why UFC is the most popular thing, that the best of the best, you want to watch it. That's why Messi, Ronaldo, or whoever now, Haaland at Man City, you want to watch these football players because they're the best of the best. Imagine applying what's happened to the DJ world with like automatic stuff to that world, to football. Like we have an automatic robot who will just kick the ball in every single time. We're losing the human spirit. It's becoming irrelevant what your skills are, and that's what's happening in the music industry, and you're seeing that with DJing as well. Yeah, I did that. They said Nate Dogg's voice was so beautiful he automatically was born with auto-tune in his voice box. Whew. I mean, what made stuff interesting was you could still have something underground, but it's not going to remain underground for a significant portion of time. And what made things awesome is the monoculture. So in an isolated place like in Seattle or this part of London, you'd have this underground culture, and then it would grow and gestate within that area and have its own fashion, its own lingo. And then when it was ready, it was a fucking monster. But now you have a small thing moving, and then everyone's smartphones it, and it goes all the way around the world. And now it's all the fucking same, country to country. Before, things used to sound really different everywhere, and now it just becomes more and more similar, because before you'd have to physically go to this place and maybe risk your life and health because you get shanked or stabbed or shot to kind of see what's going on here and really make an effort. And also the barrier to entry was so high because you had to spend so much money on the equipment that the people involved in that had to be really serious and really love it. But now anyone can go, boop, download, bang, and it's coming out. Got all the sample packs you need. Same with producers. There's Splice. The sample packs are so fucking good. You can download it and have like a sick drum loop, or you could spend ages making your own. But what's the point when someone's already done it and you can just use the same thing as everyone else? But that's reality. I might not like it very much, but that's what people like. So if you like it, that's awesome. I'm just not a fan of all the automated stuff and the ready-made stuff. But you can't fight reality. That's what it is. But I hope there's still some niche within that for something really passionate that people slave over and build from the ground up. Anyways, so going to be doing that. on Tuesday. It's got some interesting shots there that I use for social media. Okay, this is the outfit we saw before. It's quite cool. This cracks me up. So I was taking a picture as well. I was taking a video, and it looks so pervy because I was going behind like this, and it looks like I'm trying to do some dirty upskirt or something, but I swear to God, this was innocent. As the cameraman, I wanted to get the good angle. I wanted to make them look imposing and in your face and kind of get that low angle. But this is a picture I've been sharing with my mate, Steve, who was at the event, and we're just cracking up over it because he's got this wicked shot of these kind of cute gyaru bouncing on these things, and then I come in at the end and ruin the shot with the pervy angle. I love that. So we've got a cyberpunk event coming up, and my mate doesn't really know that much about cyberpunk, so I've been collecting a range of pictures to educate him. Akira is one of these cyberpunk classics. How fucking awesome is this picture? Look at this. Good for health, bad for education. That classic jacket. Love it. Absolutely love it. I had some shoes like that. Really fucking similar shoes to that. Do you know what? They're so fucking similar. I'm thinking they were based on the movie, but they were black. I missed those shoes. I think they went out of business, that company. So I've got some cyberpunk shots for the cyberpunk event coming up. Look how awesome Akira looks. Look at this, mate. Cyberpunk, wicked genre. So this is from yesterday. So I was DJing here yesterday at Womb. This is the main DJ, Aki, and his mates on the guitar. So they're doing their live thing. That's the techno floor where I was at. Some more shots from my live with Matcha. Yeah, that was really fun. I had such a wicked time with her. It was such a good team. It's such a good visual. So I'm this is what I'm really pushing hard right now, working on this. And yeah, just looking. And then yesterday Arsenal fucking won. So it was a pretty good weekend all in all. I'm not gonna lie. I got this one final picture here. See this girl, right? So you know that picture of the meme where those guys are going, look, like that with the glasses. I found someone on a dating site who looks just like this. So I really want it. What's that meme called where those two guys go, oh, like this, the NPC kind of guys? Because I found a girl. It looks like she's doing that pose. I have to share this with you. I did that in the comments saying, to be fair, Messi, Ronaldo and Haaland might be robots indeed. What was it? Look, it's pointing. It's a pointing meme, right? Pointing NPC meme. Yeah, this one. Okay, so Soy Jack, oh, fucking hell, Soy Jack pointing meme. It's really specific. Soy Jack pointing meme. God, man, finding the names for these is hilarious. Okay. So wouldn't you say that this dating profile is mad similar to the... Look! I found it on a dating site. It's so fucking similar. That's fucking... I saw that last night on Bumble. I was like, what? Are you actually trying to pose for that? So that was kind of funny. I did find that amusing. And did you see this one? This is unbelievable. Like, how the fuck did these guys get that so similar? If this guy was bald on the left, it would be even more amazing. But that is borderline incredible. I can't believe that. So forgive me for being a bit busy. So I've been putting a lot of hard work into all of that. And for me, it's kind of about networking, you know, making friends in the industry and getting in there and see where I can end up. But I'm starting to get to the point now where I'm taking stuff and doing stuff that my heart isn't in. So, and it's taken a lot of time at the expense of other things, as we've already established. So I'm going to have to stop taking so many offers and stuff, because at some points I'm thinking, what am I actually doing here? What am I getting from this? And I'm not giving the people who I'm working with what they need either if my heart's not in it. So the thing is, what I really want to do is drum and bass, but there's the drum and bass scene here is, oh, man, I don't know if it can ever be something because not enough people produce. So I'm thinking I don't know, I'm losing my passion for DJing because it's all automatic. There's no skill involved. Anyone can just stand up there and do it. And anyone who's in art wants to be the best of the best painter, the best football player. the best architect, the best dancer, the best actor. What's the point of being in an art field where you can just go boop and then it's just automatic? And where's the satisfaction in that? And I think that ties into the whole world of narcissism on Instagram, where we're conditioned to just show pictures of ourselves. It's not the real us. We're establishing and building an online identity that doesn't really reflect us. And couple that with all the kind of everything's easy and automatic, we're getting something so superficial. It's lacking in meaning massively. It's lacking in meaning. So I'm losing the passion for DJing completely. And I think I'm going to just go into the live performance, because you can't fake that shit. There's no button for that. It's much more challenging and it's much more expressive, and it's scarier. It's scarier because if you forget your lyrics, you're fucked. And I like that. So I think I'm going to go into that. I've nearly finished that track with Massacre. She's coming over a lot this week, so we're going to grind on it. We're going to finish an EP on the best Mark Hatfield. Well, Mark Hatfield says the question is, what does the best mean? I want to get to a level where it's impossible to determine what the best is, right? I want to be in that bracket of quality where people debate which one is the best. With movies, what's better, Aliens or Back to the Future? When you're at that level of sickness, it becomes very subjective. But there's a certain objective bar you can surpass, I think. And without going to the whole postmodernist, like what does it all mean? And is this art where that can be recognized? So I want to go there. But there's a tattoo convention coming up on the 20th, I think, on a Sunday. And I'm going to go there with Massacre, check it out. And the promoter for that does the biggest hip-hop event and club in Tokyo. So we're going to finish the tracks before that. I'm going to master them, going to give it to the guy. And me and Massacre are going to try to ramp it up a level. Because I did notice, excuse me, I did notice that when I put some videos and stuff online of what me and Massacre were up to, some of it was really well received, especially by Japanese people. They were saying, they were really interested in it, and people are into what me and Massacre are doing on a level that they wouldn't be if it was overseas. So I'm going to try to push it with Massacre. This is fun. This is before the show started. We barely speak each other's language, but we find a way to make it work. I basically can't speak Japanese. I said, Machirin, mecha ii hito desu. She's a great person. And she goes, Johnny, mecha ii hito desu. He's a great person as well. So that's part of the interesting thing, is we basically don't speak each other's language, but you can see we have a connection here, which is super fun. And we got a nice dynamic going on, which I love. So this is what I'm going to be doing going forward. So this is what I like. This event was so quiet, we had to kind of tone it down a bit, but I want to play massive sound system and just drop it hard, because these songs are designed to drop hard. So this is interesting to me. DJing is just, even some of my heroes who always mixed without sync, even they mix with a sync, but they're not saying it. Everybody does. So I think I'm going to go that route. So that song there, which I love, nearly finished with me and Massacre. I added a few kind of cool bits, and I'm loving the way it sounds. Blam blam. Added a few little bits there. So I'm going to finish that and get this EP ready, 4-track EP, and then just grind hard on the music. The only way to make the music scene work here is to release songs. So I need to release way more. So I'm going to be focusing on that more than DJing. I'm going to start turning down some sets. I start tidying down sets and just spending my time there. I kind of, it's been interesting getting involved with the DJ scene and playing and stuff. And I have quite a good, I think I understand the dynamics of it, how it's working and roughly what's going on. So I think now is the point I can choose what to focus on. And it's not going to be DJing, although it's going to be more production. And that will open the doors to DJing. You know, if I have sick tunes, then other people, they can't, that's something people can't compete with, right? Because they're not making their own music. And but it's not about the competing, it's about growing the scene. I need to release some tunes and drum and bass actually in Tokyo to have some kind of scene. So I think I'm gonna focus on production. So that's about it. We chatted for an hour. I think we got a cheeky donation from Graham Powterkin. Thank you so much, mate. Donated $10. Wicked. $10 an hour. I'll take that. Minimum wage for a creative. Thank you so much. If you did enjoy the show, please consider donating. It's in the description box. Keeps the show running. We're going to do a 12-hour stream pretty soon. I'm going to work that out today or tomorrow and upload the time for it. We'll do a 12-hour stream. I'm going to play some of that hunting game. We're going to kill some animals. It should be awesome because I do enjoy that. Truly Sunshine says, I love that song. God, I love all the songs you made. Thank you, Truly. That means a lot. That means a lot. Okay. Right. I'm going to hit the gym. I have been joining Massacre. Tell you what, Massacre mates, you better be back for the next cheeky live stream. Otherwise, I'll be coming around your house. Please make sure to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell because, well, that is what all those other punks tell you to do. Laters.